This musical begins with someone whistling the notes G, C, F sharp, forming a dissonant tritone motif that is used throughout. A song in this musical claims that suddenly that name will never be the same to me and is performed after Mambo is sung at a dance. In this musical, a dance fighting scene choreographed by Jerome Robbins ends when Officer Krupke arrives. At the end of this musical, Tony dies in Maria's arms after being shot by a Puerto Rican gang member. For 10 points, name this Leonard Bernstein musical that retells Romeo and Juliet as a gang war between the Sharks and the Jets in New York City. And the answer is West Side Story. The main theme of this musical begins with a sustained D minor chord that descends chromatically to a B flat major triad. Another song in this musical commands, "Turn your face away from the garish light of day." In this musical, Carlota complains about having to sing in the dissonant opera Don Juan Triumphant. The title character of this musical sings "The Music of the Night" and "Angel of Music" in his attempts to woo the reluctant Christine Dea. This musical is based on a novel by Gaston Leroux. For 10 points, name this Andrew Lloyd Webber musical about a villain in the Paris Opera House. And the answer is The Phantom of the Opera. A Broadway revival of this show began at the Lincoln Center Theater in 2018. The conclusion of this work occurs when one character asks, "Where the devil are my slippers?" This Lerner and Loewe musical opens on the Royal Opera House, introducing the lead characters and Colonel Pickering. One character from this musical, Freddie Eynsford Hill, sings of his joy of being on the street where you live. In this musical, one character wishes she could have danced all night with Henry Higgins. Centering on Eliza Doolittle for 10 points, name this musical based on George Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion. And the answer is My Fair Lady. A song from this musical, a character who claims "every time it matters, all my words desert me," repeatedly asks, "Where am I going to?" and "What happens now?" Mary Maine's book, The Woman with the Whip, likely inspired this musical, in which the company sings the Latin hymn Salve Regina during a song performed at its title character's funeral. A game of musical chairs accompanies The Art of the Possible in this musical, which includes the songs Another Suitcase in Another Hall and Oh What a Circus. Its title character declares, "The truth is, I never left you," in a song performed from the balcony of the Casa Rosada. For 10 points, name this musical by Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber, in which Don't Cry for Me, Argentina is sung by the second wife of Juan Perón. And the answer is Evita. After flattering someone, one character in this musical says, "Oh, how clumsy of me, I meant to accuse you," before getting caught in a rainstorm. Another character in this musical exclaims, "Bachelor dandies, drinkers of brandies, what do I know of those?" Suggested words to describe one title character in this musical include Flibbertigibbet and Will-o'-the-Wisp. Later, that character teaches with solfeggi syllables, urging, "When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything," and says raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens are a few of her favorite things. Set during the Anschluss for 10 points, name this musical about Maria and the Von Trapp family. And the answer is The Sound of Music. Maria Karnalova and Zero Mostel won 1965 Tonys for appearing in this musical, whose name is derived from a Marc Chagall painting. Jerome Robbins attended weddings to research what became the bottle dance near the end of its first act. In a song of this musical, a man would use wealth to get a seat by the Eastern Wall. It includes Matchmaker, Matchmaker, and Tradition, in addition to If I Were a Rich Man. Tevye, a Russian Jew, is the main character of, for 10 points, what musical featuring a musician above the ceiling? And the answer is Fiddler on the Roof. In one song from this work, a character sings trapped, tricked, hoodwinked, ambushed in referring to marriage. That number, It's a Scandal, It's an Outrage, is sung by the Persian salesman Ali Hakim. After one character takes a sleeping potion, a dream ballet sequence ends the first act of this musical. This musical opens with the number Oh, What a Beautiful Morning, in which Curly McLean sings The corn is as high as an elephant's eye. During a box social in this musical, conflict arises between the local cowboys and farmers. For 10 points, name this Rodgers and Hammerstein musical set in the namesake Midwestern state. And the answer is Oklahoma.